Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where I have a little bit of out of universe stuff to talk about here real quick. You'll notice here that March of the Defenders is now a disabled track. This is because there have been copyright claims on the last two videos when this particular track was playing. Now, I do not believe that the people claiming it have the right to claim it, and I have disputed their claims, because as far as I can tell, I have a license from Paradox to use this particular track, and like the original composition copyright is murky. So there's some question about that. But for now, I'm just disabling it because I'm getting tired of filing the disputes. So we're disabling this one, and we're just moving on. Beautiful. Okay, so let's just do something like that. There. Now we shouldn't have to deal with it. Fantastic. So situation here is a little bit awkward. Oh, we can assign a new trait to this guy. We could assign him the Naval Liaison if we wanted to. And that's the only thing we can assign him. So let's go ahead and do it. Cool. So, we've successfully invaded over here, and we're now thinking... Oh, I remember what was going on. We were trying to determine whether we wanted to go out this direction and clear up this stuff, or whether we wanted to go this direction. I think the answer to that is I'd like to go this way. There's probably more out over this way for us, right? Definitely. I mean, I'd like to take this over, but the US is already on it. So instead, I'd kind of like to come out over here. Maybe landing here would be ideal. It would be 2 sea zones. We could maybe do that. What level 4 does it, or naval base is this? Level 2? Okay. So the idea would be a naval invasion order from here over to here, like that. As long as we can hold here in Haiku, that would be fine. Excellent. So we're going to grab our navy, and we're going to tell them to work on... Oh, this is actually crossing over 3 seas, isn't it? Okay. We're going to need to tell one of these guys... Well, maybe not. Let's see how that goes. We'll start preparing this invasion. That'll take 11 days. And we don't have the sufficient naval supremacy. We'll see what happens with that, though. Okay, so if we look at our naval supremacy here, it's telling me that we have 100% naval supremacy in all of these locations. Now, the US is pushing up Borneo. That's fine. They're pushing up over here as well. But I want to land over here and take this section of China. Now, we should definitely prepare a backup force to help these guys out. They're unlikely to be able to hold this on their own. So I want to pull some forces. I want to pull like 8 tanks. So we're going to pull like 6 tanks from here. And we're going to assign that to a new army. And then we're going to pull 2 tanks from here. There we go. And now we're going to need to pull something along the lines of 12 from here, which is a lot. And then I'm going to pull 4 from here. I think we need 1 more. Yeah, I'm going to pull that from here. And now, to be clear, this is going to be a little bit awkward for us. We're going to leave these guys where they're at for right now. But these will be hard-pressed to defend if they get attacked for the moment. But we're not necessarily expecting them to get attacked. So the force here, their goal will be to, and we'll put Leslie Mooreshead in charge of this, I think. The goal here will be for them to reinforce these guys after they get the beachhead. That's going to be the idea here. So, if we look at this, yes, we have the naval supremacy we need. So that's great. We will go ahead and invade here as soon as this is ready. I want to take this section over. This is very valuable. Very, very valuable. So let's do it. We just got a good chunk of manpower. Weren't we just at 16k or 12k, I think? Where did that come from? There was a month tick, but we're only recruiting 600. And we're not mobilizing anymore. Oh, I bet I know what it was. Eligible non-core population. We probably hit compliance thresholds. That's probably what happened there. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to try this invasion and see how this goes. We're hoping that we're able to take this over. If we look at China here, they have a lot of manpower. No doubt about that. They're on all adults serve. They only have 19 to 31 divisions. They don't have very many divisions. And they're here and up here. Oh, this China is Central Powers. This China is Pact of Rome. Okay. So they're just here. So we'll see how that goes. But they don't have very many divisions. Because they don't have very many divisions, like, we have more troops in the field, or a comparable number of troops in the field, as they have. So we're going to try to land here, and once we bring in our reinforcement force, we should be good to go. We can see a good number of their troops are out up over this way. And if we can take this, that'll be huge. Look at those glorious resources. So let's see what we've got here. They're going to try to reinforce this, I bet. They're not currently moving. Well, they're moving these guys in. Yeah, I don't know about this. Okay. So we're going to move these guys to also naval invade from here. Is that too many to naval invade? No, I think I just clicked wrong. Like that. They're not going to be the greatest of naval invaders, but they're going to get ready for that. That's going to take a while to prepare. So I'm pretty sure we're not going to win this. American forces have entered Tokyo. Okay, we knew that that was coming. That's fine. We're not going to win this naval invasion, which is indeed quite sad. Oh, and we can close that. Beautiful. So we should probably just withdraw from this eventually. Yeah, most likely. We did finish up our modern rubber processing, which means that we're now done with this tree. That's fantastic. We could start working on rocketry. There's a lot of stuff here that we just simply don't need. So we can start working on some of that. That would allow us to work on jet engines, which isn't necessarily the worst thing. Not necessarily the worst thing at all. We could just work on better trains. We can just start working through some of these things. We have pretty much what we want. So everything that remains is low priority. Cool. So these guys will arrive here, and what is the actual supply level here? It's not huge. We should probably work on maxing out the naval base here as a top priority. The one in the Solomon Islands isn't that big of a deal at this point, but it's fine to keep building it. No big deal there. Okay, so we're going to get that maxed out. And that will finish up slowly over time. How long does that take per level? Like a month, I think? Not even. Like 10 days. 12 days. Something like that. Okay. So that shouldn't be bad. We should be able to get plenty of supply flow through here. It's only a level 1 naval base right now. So there is that. But we're going to pull back here, and these guys are going to eventually not be running this again. Eventually. Okay, there's an unassigned division. We definitely want to assign it to one of these two armies. Do we have more? No. But we do have a free military factory, and we can toss that in. I mean, I feel like we have plenty of these, so I think that's okay. We have plenty of everything, honestly. Our supplies are quite good. We could simply convert it to a civilian factory. I'm going to toss it into support equipment for right now, and the next one will go into infantry equipment. That'll be fine. Elite Forces just finished, which would have been nice to have up here, but I don't think it would have made the difference, in all honesty. But we can just start filling in some of this research over here that we don't yet have. So I'm going to grab the War Austerity trait. There we go. And we're going to stop this attack over here soon enough. Eventually. But yeah, if we could get... Oh, hello. If we could get this, that would be a huge deal. Absolutely huge. We can definitely continue to work on, like, our anti-air upgrade. And this armored division can also go into this army. Cool. I want these to have at least, like, 12 units. So that'll be fine. So we're planning a much larger invasion here. And I don't want to execute this plan yet. In fact, I want these guys to stop execution of their plan. Wait, these guys just retreated. We'll keep trying this, but I don't expect to win it. That's the way this is going to go. I don't expect to win that. We just get 0 manpower. And that's because we're recruiting, of course. Yeah, not enough manpower to fill our garrisons. That's fine. How are we doing over here right now? Are all of these fully outfitted? Yes. Okay. Sounds good. So that's fine for now. We definitely need more supply flow up here. We knew that that would be the case. Oh, May. Right. 5 May. It takes a little over a month. Got it. Okay. So we've stopped our attack over here. I want to make sure that these guys don't have any orders for the moment. Now I want to recreate their naval invasion order and tell them to do that. But I don't want them to execute it. Not until these guys are ready to go. Okay. And we're going to have to let supplies build up here too. We've got some manpower flickering around here. Outside of month ticks. Interesting. Okay. Well, this will be done on 5 May, so only a week until we get more supply flow over here. We should also probably... this is inside an existing city, so I don't think we need a supply hub here. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So we can grab ourselves additional research. We'll grab the armored train. There we go. Cool. So we obviously need more supply flow here. How are we doing here currently? Demanded supplies of 5.9? Okay, well, we definitely need more supplies here. Railway bottlenecks Canberra to Sydney. This is a bottleneck? That's a little strange. We could bump that up to a level 5, though. Very weird. I don't know why that would be a bottleneck. That's not going to slow down our construction in Palau at all. So that should be okay. And let's take a look at how that supply is looking now that we've finished up 1 level of naval base here. Yeah, there's no supply in the province right now. Supply from hubs in North Palau is 5. Supply from the state is 0.9. Okay. The railway bottleneck is Canberra to Sydney. Now it's level 3. And once we finish up another one, it'll go to level 4. Okay. Now it's Brisbane to North Palau. Wait, was that the sea route? Naval bottlenecks, Brisbane to North Palau. Okay, so now we're navally bottlenecked. So that means that we need to continue to build these naval bases. Okay. We're not surprised by this. We knew there would be supply issues here. We did finish up the 18th Armored Division, which will move out over here. And that, of course, means that we're going to be a little lacking in our manpower. That's okay. So once we get our supplies under control here, we should be able to push our way up. I think I am going to build a supply hub here, just to see if it helps. It'll be good knowledge to have, at any rate. So that's going to take a month to construct. And that won't slow down the naval base at all. We have plenty of civilian factories to get that all done. So that'll be fine. That's good. So let that proceed. We also have this armored division, which we will send over here. I'm going to stop recruitment on these two armored divisions, and actually, this infantry division, but I want one more armored division. And no, actually. Because this is the ratio that I want to run. I want to run 2 infantry to 1 armored division in our armies. So that should, in theory, be okay. This infantry division can head out over here. Cool. Okay, so now the question is, will we get to a point where the supplies here are working? Well, we have a naval bottleneck, and that's because we only have a level 2 naval base here. That is 100% of our bottleneck right now. Or rather, that is the bottleneck right now. There's probably additional other bottlenecks in this supply chain, but for right now, that's the bottleneck. So we need to get this naval base done. That'll be done on 17 June. So just a few more days here. And this will be done on now 18 September. That's very slow. Okay. That's very slow indeed. We're only 14% done with that supply hub. But that's fine. Okay, so we definitely want to run this naval invasion. That's 100% something that we want. The US is still fighting Japan over here. And the US has now taken over the Japanese home islands. The nuclear reactor research is now done. And we can grab nuclear bombs. I definitely would like to build at least a couple of nuclear reactors. Like, we can build one over here. And I think I want that to be, like, here in terms of priority. And for now, that's all we can build. Now, we could do another industrial land appropriation. And get a second one going. And I think that's something that I will do. And then I want to position that right here. Cool. So that'll take a long time to get those built. That's understood. It's not a huge priority right now, but we do want to get those reactors going so that we can get nuclear bombs. That will be a very handy thing. The more important thing right now, though, is absolutely this supply here. You can see our organization level, and that is capped by our supply right now. So, yeah. This is as good as it's going to get for our organization. At least until we finish up some of this construction. So our naval base in Palau is still underway. I was hoping that this would be done in time for launching this, which we can now launch it. But with our supply bottlenecks being the way they are, we probably want to hold off. So, looking at this now. Yep, still that naval bottleneck. We now have a level 3 naval base here. So we need a lot more supply here. That's for sure. Okay, we just finished up our anti-air upgrade, and we should continue to work on that. There we go. We're not too concerned about anti-air right now, in all honesty. It's all reasonably fine. It's currently 25 June. The next naval base level will be completed on 5 August. So that's not so bad. Well, that's over a month. That is over a month. Okay. The supply hub will be completed on 18 September. So even that's over a month. And I don't know that the supply hub will actually help us, to be honest. I really, really don't. I would like to consider... we should definitely build infrastructure over here. And that will be prioritized about here. Okay, so we'll get that going, and other infrastructure that we could build would be over here. That would be prioritized lower. Infrastructure over here for sure. This is already maxed in New Zealand. Okay, so these would be prioritized down below the Palau infrastructure. So it would end up being something kind of like this. Cool. So we need our supplies done, right? We need a lot more supply here. We can see we're affected by 11% attrition, which is yikes, to be sure. But that's because we have so much packed onto Palau at this moment. We're working on it. We are working on it. So 17 November is when our infrastructure in Palau will get finished. Now, to be clear, our infrastructure here is not the current bottleneck, but I believe it will help. Right? It increases your supply power in strategic regions. Yes, so that will help, for sure. 5 August here. We're 53% done there, and 45% done with our supply hub. Now, again, I'm not 100% certain that that supply hub is going to help us. We'll see. Yeah, we're only moving like 5.15 supplies, I think, if I'm reading this correctly, and we're demanding 5.4. I believe that's what's happening here. No, I think I'm completely misunderstanding this tooltip, actually, as I look at this further. But our bottleneck is definitely our naval base. That's for sure. That's 100% certain. So let's take a look at the state of the war here. The US has nearly pushed them out here and here. Germany is still fighting Japan over here, which is wild to me. Not much going on in Europe. But the US is landing up here now. Okay. Well, that's fine. We're still struggling with supplies in Palau. War austerity trains have finished up, and now we have outdated equipment in production. So, we need manpower for our carrier hull as well. So we should definitely hop over to our production here and change from civilian trains over to war austerity trains. Which show outdated equipment. I want to see the difference. Okay, so the civilian train requires 70 production, whereas the war austerity train only requires 50. Okay, so it's just cheaper. Sounds good. We can grab another technology to research here, and we already took motorized rocket artillery. Let's start working our way down rocketry. There we go. Cool. So how are we doing on our construction here? Well, we're almost done with our level 4 naval base. So that will help. And we'll see how much that ends up helping. That will be done tomorrow, as of now. So let's get that done. Okay. So there's that finished. At this point, I'm going to move our infrastructure to here. I want to get that infrastructure done more quickly. So we'll get that underway. And we're going to grab the 1940 Heavy. There we go. And keep in mind, as soon as we finish up the supply depot here, actually, I'm going to prioritize these more like this. The naval base is our blockade. I don't know that the supply hub will do anything. So we're just going to progress that slowly, and we know for a fact that the infrastructure will help and the naval base will help, according to the tooltips. So that should be fine. In the meantime, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we should have our real, actual invasion of China hopefully go off. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Ken2In, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Kadra, Raw Potato, Amici Nazi, Justin Everett, Emiliano Campron, Martin Lawrence, Jens Graham, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.